Yeah, we are live. Hello, everyone. Today we have Aditya with us. Welcome to Pod. We are back again with another fellow founder of ours who is building. I would say, let him ask what is he building. Yeah,
Sure, 100%. No, man, first of all, it's a pleasure to be here.
yeah,
I'm always open to conversations when it comes to helping out people who are starting out new businesses and who are struggling to create content, people who want to monetize their brands by, creating founder-led content. And this is the age of content, right? I believe this is the mission that we believe as well, right? So just like a small intro about what I do and what our company
yeah,
Meteoric
yeah.
Boost does. I'm the COO, also the head of operations at Meteoric Boost, and we help founders build um, personal brands that inspires movements, right? So we have helped a lot of founders till now, have helped them scale their personal brands from 0 to 10K, get like consistent 100K views on every organic video they create, and it's completely organic, right? Because we believe that if you create organic content and you're scaling your brands through organic content, you're not only building a loyal base of followers, but you're setting up yourself for long-term success, right?
Hmm,
Because if you have that community who is sticking with you throughout, then you have people who are going to buy everything that you sell, right? Because they're already bought into the mission. So that is what we do. We help founders scale their businesses, or if they just want to get to that 10K mark, right? They want to get into rooms. They want to, let's say, get to know who Ranveer Alabadia is, meet him, right? It's just an example, right? And if you want to do that, you want to increase your network, you want to scale, or you want to monetize those audience. Let's say you want to sell an info product, right? Let's say
hmm,
you want to sell a course, or you want to run a coaching program. So that those are the founders that we help, and
hmm.
we help them. We give them the systems that we've created, and we're an info coaching company, right? So we're not an agency. We do it with you, not for you.
Hmm.
So that's that, man. We just help all of these founders build this content leverage that is super important
Right,
in
right.
this day and age.
I mean, to be really honest, I was trying to concentrate on my personal brand, keeping all my business operations aside and sit on this
Yeah,
for like last 2 3 years, but I was not able to get that space of me, or maybe I was not aware of what can I create building a personal brand for
yeah,
myself.
yeah,
But then lately, when I was getting to know a lot of stuff about how can I leverage my own personal brand for my company's revenue,
yeah.
that is when I've concentrated on building it as well. So let's break it down. Why did you start this? What was your previous gig? And break down us what problem you are exactly solving and
Got it.
giving solutions to the founders. Because personal branding is like a ocean. I can
100%.
do, all of us can do different content.
Yeah,
It is an ocean of content and ideas.
yeah.
What exactly a brand owner should choose, or me myself should choose and put it out to the audience and grow it? Break us down that.
100%. Thank you for asking that, because that's actually a really key question where anybody, either if it's a founder or it's a college student, or mm, there are founders that have done multiple exits and they just want to get into content either because of FOMO, or they want to get into content just because they realize that there's leverage there, right?
Hmm.
So you can either be a young builder, or you could be someone who just wants to create
You
content.
already made it. Yeah.
Exactly. So let me break that down, that question, into three pillars, right? First of
Right.
all, how do you build a personal brand? Second of all, why you should build a personal brand? Third of all, what would the dream outcomes be when you build that personal brand, right? So let me get into how do you build a personal brand. So since the name suggests personal brand, it's super personalized to you, right? So how you should actually approach it is, first you need to extract your edge, right?
Mhm.
You need to know who you are. You need to know your personal ambitions, your ambitions with the personal brand that you're building. You need to know your ideal viewer profile, right? Who would that exact viewer be who would consume that content? You need to know your attractive character, right? So I'm sure you've read this book by Russell Brunson where he breaks down four archetypes that a a
Yeah.
possible person can have, right? The
Yeah.
leader, the adventurer, the reporter, and all these, right? So you need to know what type of an attractive character you have. You need to be aware of your backstory, right? So
Mm.
what we do with our clients is we help them, we give them the systems, and we help them extract their edge. So all of these comes in like getting to know who, let's say, who Abhishek is, right? His backstory, his parables, what are certain script worthy ideas that his backstory has, right? Because at the end of the day, personal brand, the content that you're going to create is completely going to be about you and the brand that you're building. So it revolves around one single pillar, which is Abhishek.
Mm.
So you know everything about you. You know your inspirations, and this is the part where you extract your edge, right? You take like a week or 2 weeks to actually brainstorm. It's quite therapeutic as well, right? When we do that with our clients one on one, it's super therapeutic. They'll be like Adi, I didn't know about this about me before, and like now I know so much about me. I'm so confident now. I was like, this is the point, right? You know everything about yourself. Then you sort of decide on the brand formula that you want to build around. And what do I mean by brand formula? It's a vague word, but specifically, I mean the content formats that you're going to play upon, right? So now you know everything who Abhishek is, right? You've
Yeah.
laid down everything about Abhishek. Now you want to take that information and what do you want to do with your personal brand, the dream outcome of your personal brand? That is how you decide to how to decide the content formats. So there are a couple of content formats that already exist. One of which is the storytelling format, right? It could
Right.
be, I'm sure you know what B rolls and A rolls are.
Heroes and giving a voice over it. Yeah.
Exactly. It's either B roll plus voiceover or it's A roll plus B roll. Like these are the major
Yeah.
storytelling formats. Then there's ICP specific format. ICP means an ideal customer profile. And
Mm.
with that format, you actually, so all of these format target something, right? There's an aim that you're trying to achieve out of these formats. With the
Mm.
storytelling format, you're aiming for higher amount of views, right? You're aiming for maximum retention, maximum engagement. But with
Mm.
this ICP format, and what is this ICP format? ICP format is basically you telling your ICP that this is a problem that you're facing, and
Mm-hmm.
I can give that solution to you. And you
Right.
can do that through a couple of ways. You could maybe just like whip out your camera, right? And speak about the problem, pinch their asses and be like, this is the problem you're facing and this is the solution that my company has, so you better join us. You
Mm.
either do that or you do a Miro explanation video, right? I'm sure you've seen my co-founder Moksha's videos.
Yeah.
He does a lot of Miro explanation videos, and that is the ICP format, right? So you divide the screen into 50-50. On the above half you have the Miro board where you've laid out every system and every mechanism
Yeah.
that you're using to solve that problem, and below you're like explaining that's the A role of you, right? So that's the ICP format. Then there's a raw documentation format. I'm sure you've seen Daniel Dalen, like
Yeah.
who hasn't seen Daniel Dalen
Yeah.
yet?
Yeah.
It's like, you're just super raw, vulnerable, authentic in front of the camera, no scripts. You just whip out your camera, you speak your heart out, and people super like it's super relatable, right? And it's been popping off lately as well. So
Right. I
different aims with all of these formats, right? And this is what I mean by the brand formula. So
understood.
you, s- yeah, go ahead.
Yeah. I really liked how you break down this
Yeah,
the exact strategies while any one of us are building a personal brand,
yeah,
because I've been learning all of this for the last a year, whatever you're talking about.
yeah.
But I have had a lot of questions in my brain
Got
when me personally myself building a brand without guys like you. I
yeah,
am figuring out stuff by myself. Okay.
yeah.
I'll just give you what was going around in my mind so that you'll understand it better.
Got
It's
it.
like you consulting me online right now.
100%. Yeah, yeah,
Right. Okay.
yeah,
So, see, personal branding is something I am putting myself onto the crowd
yeah.
that they'll billing me as a person.
Hmm.
Right.
Yeah,
They are not buying my product, they are buying my story. Who am I? Where I
exactly.
come from? What
Yeah,
am I?
yeah,
Right. But for the current trend, there is a lot of, I would say, fake marketing going that, people show up see, they are not that, but they show up that they are this.
yeah. 100%.
Right.
Yeah.
I mean, there are a lot of, influencers or any personal branding. I mean, you could see 50% of them doing that.
Gurus. Yeah,
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 fancy cars, fancy stuff, and all of that.
Yeah.
Okay. So in this noisy ocean
Yeah.
of people not recognizing who is true and who is not,
Yeah.
how am I going to build my own space? Whereas me coming from struggling to, I have struggled building in three startups, failed three times. So
Yeah.
there's no success story of mine.
Hmm.
So is there someone who is going to listen my, I wouldn't say a failed story, but a learning journey,
Yeah.
rather than someone showing a Ferrari or a G Wagon and saying, I've done this, I've done that, follow me, you can do this.
Yeah. Yeah.
So this is my dilemma. How am I going to crack this to the audience, and how am I going to build my personal brand to the audience?
Got it.
Because
It's
I
like,
personally feel
yeah.
if it's your first startup and if you
Yeah.
hit the mark,
Yeah.
okay,
Hmm.
I think it's just luck favoring to you.
Okay. Okay. Is that because you're a multiple times a failed founder, and that is why you think that the first time when you win, you're probably gonna win through luck?
It's not me. A lot of successful entrepreneurs have failed multiple times. It's not just me.
100%. Yeah.
So I mean, you can see a first-time founder hitting the ballpark in a very, minimal spaces.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I mean, that is what world is. How world
100%.
works.
100%.
So
Multiple.
it's not just me, but that 1% is luck for sure.
Yeah. Okay.
So yeah,
Got it. So majorly your question is like, how would a founder who hasn't succeeded and doesn't, you know, own all of these big assets and cars to show off to actually get the numbers and the people attracted, how does that founder build their personal brand, right?
exactly.
And let me tell you one thing, you'll be happy post knowing this because this is your edge. This
Right.
is your edge.
This
People,
is my story.
exactly, this is your story. And if you think that only a loser to a winner story works on the algorithm, sure, that works because that's a cookie cutter format. But
Hmm.
again, like, you could play around this edge. That's your unfair advantage, that you're a three times failed founder. You would have lessons that a first time win, like a first time founder was just won it. Like, he might not have all of these lessons that you have. So you
Hmm.
have a value bank with you. You have
Right.
that edge with you. That's your
That was
attractive
very
character.
funny.
Exactly, man. Like, all you need to do is pick out the most white tam content format, that the brand formula that I'm talking about, right? And by white tam, I mean white total addressable market, where the format is curated in a way, the scripts and the visuals are curated in a way where you're optimizing it for it to actually blow up on the algorithm, right?
Mhm.
And again, like, some of these formats are these B-roll plus voiceover formats, A-roll plus B-roll formats, and all you need to do is curate the script in a way where you represent that I am a three-time failed founder and that is my edge. I
Mhm.
know most of the things that you guys don't know because you've either won through a fluke or you just got that 100 CR funding on the first day, right?
Right.
That's not you. That's the edge. You need to play upon that edge, and then eventually, when you have that people who actually follow you and they think, "Damn, this guy's relatable. I might just give him a follow." And then you have that follower base. Then you build up something, and there's no way you're gonna fail post that, right? So that is sort of how you engineer success on the algorithm, right? If personal brand is super personal, and everything that's personal to you is your edge that you need to play upon.
Right. And how raw the content should be, and do you believe that just keep out your story online? Because
Yeah,
I was believing that I want to put out everything I've faced. I don't want to fake anything.
yeah, that's how it should be.
Yeah, and I feel that is the way you build the trust factor.
100%, 100%, man. First of all, like, that's a non-negotiable, bro. You can't pretend because you're anyways gonna break your character someday, right? Like,
Yeah.
let's say you grow to a 10K and you have like an offline meetup with all of your followers, and they're gonna see, bro, you drive a Wagoner, bro. Like,
Uh,
who's gonna buy into you then, bro? Like, you're anyways gonna like sort of break off on the character part. But like, again, most of the founders that we work with, these guys have either made it or they're on the verge of making it or they're funded because, like, it's a high premium container program that we run, right? We do
yeah.
not work with small founders. We do not work with day-to-day corporate employees. We work with people who are at the C-suite level, right?
Right.
So everybody just wants to put their story out there because they think their story is shareable. And if they fake it, then it's like, what's the point, bro? Then again, then you're either selling like a $20 course that you
Mm.
just want to like rent out a Ferrari in Dubai and you want to show off that,
Yeah.
buy my course, buy my day trading course. You can either do that, but is
Yeah.
that scalable? No, that might be scalable for like 2 years. You can make like $1 million and just whip out cash from the market and then do that. But is that ethically right for you? No. So
Right.
yeah.
It's
So
not
that's it, right?
sustainable and consistent.
100%.
So, when did you guys start this? And it's been like 10-15 minutes talking to you, and I could see there is a lot of potential in you guys out there.
Yeah.
And I would say you guys are providing a lot of value as well.
100%.
Because
100%.
uh, the way you have been giving me all the breakdowns was really, they are the ones we have to use in the building a personal brand. So when did
Yeah.
you guys start this? What did that motivate you to start this? And what is your target? Because people are watching on there, all of, I mean, 80% are
Yeah.
LinkedIn followers of mine are founders.
Oh wow. That's great.
So right, I've been building my own marketing agency for the last half decade,
Yeah.
and been working with a lot of D2C brands and e-commerce brands. So all of them are founders.
Yeah.
So why did you start this, and what motivated to solve you this problem? And I think in today's world, this is one of the biggest problem you're solving to a lot of brands and brand owners there.
100%, man. So it's actually quite interesting, right? How did we come up with Meteoric? So my co-founder Moksh, right? He has a successful personal brand. He has about 142K followers on Instagram, and when we sort of started, he had like 90K to 100K following, and he was a uni student as well, right? He studied in University of Sydney, so he was
Mm.
building his personal brand, right? And he was monetizing that as well. So I think in 2024, I reached out to him, just like cold DM'd him. I was like, dude, I love the content you're creating. Let me know when you're in India. I would love to catch up. And then back then, he was selling Notion templates, right?
Mm.
So that was sort of a small digital product that he was monetizing through his personal brand. So he was like, okay, he came to Bangalore, right, for a meetup, and I live in Delhi. So I
Okay.
was like, dude, I won't be able to make it to Bangalore, bro. So he's like, no worries, bro. When I'll come next, I'll meet you. So we sort of were chatting, right? And then Moksh, he started Stu Connect, right? Stu Connect, just like towards in his final year of college, he started Stu Connect for Indian students who want to study abroad.
Right.
So we connected students from all of these top international universities like Harvard, MIT, and we connected Indian students and had one-on-one consultation calls, right?
Yeah.
So I was like, dude, I'm really interested. Let me know. So I am from a design background, right? I My college is Delhi Technological University, DTU in Delhi, and I'm not studying engineering. I'm studying bachelor's of design.
Right.
So I was like, dude, if there's any design work, I just need to work with you. Let me
Right.
know how we can work this out, right? So he was
Right.
like, sure, bro, I need like Instagram designers for it. So like you'll be the good one. So I applied and I got in. And I had a blast working with them, right? Like it was Aryan Bhatia, that he's another guy who has a successful personal brand, that we helped him build his personal brand as well. He's a software engineer in New York City. And we had Motion, me, and like a couple of editors, right? At the end, like all of them dropped off, the editors, and it was just like me, Aryan, and Moksh. And then eventually, Aryan shifted to New York because he was in Sydney back then. So logistically things weren't making sense. So all of them, we sort of had to step down.
Yeah.
But I was still having that fire, that dude, I could have never ever worked with such founders ever before who have the same level of ambition that I have. I just want to be connected with them, right? So I
Mm.
constantly pinged Moksh on a Google Chat channel that we had initially, right, for to connect. It was completely like stale for like 2 months, and I just kept on messaging, "Hey Moksh, like any updates on where we at?"
Mm.
So he messaged me like, "Dude, would you love to hop on a call?" I was like, "Sure." And Stu Connect was like dissolved at that point, right? I was like, dude, what's happening, bro? He was like, so we had to stop operations, but I have something interesting for you. I was like,
Mm.
what? He's like, I'm planning to start, like, I scaled my personal brand. I know how I did it. I want to help other founders do that as well. And we
Right.
might coach them as well. I was like, fuck yes, bro, I'm down.
Okay.
So yeah, I mean, like we both started together back in June 2025, right?
Mhm.
So he started off building systems in his dorm room, right? And then I hopped on, and then we sort of scaled this company to our first $5,000 a month, right? And all of them through our network, right? Through his sort of pitch people in our network who were doing well, and I was like, we'll help you do that. We saw results. They sort of referred us to more people. Then Moksh leverages personal brand. We sort of like completely revamped the personal brand, right? Even Moksh's personal brand, he built out certain formats that he wasn't playing before. Earlier, he was an adventurer sort of a character on his brand, right? He
Mhm.
had these YouTube vlogs, he was going through life, he was experimenting, he was documenting, right? But now he was like, okay, when we're running a personal branding coaching program, I want my personal brand to be super authoritative, right? So he
Mhm.
shifted the market positioning for Moksha's personal brand from being an adventurous guy to now being a leader in the space,
Mhm.
right?
Mhm.
And we did that by implementing all of these ICP formats and building that authority in the space that, dude, I know my shit. I have built these systems. I can help people do that, right?
Right.
So yeah, man, like it's been a journey till then. We just 4 months down the line, we hit our first $100,000, and we're just like scaling compoundingly ever since. We have a creative director on board now as well, who was earlier the editor for Moksha's personal brand. His name is Modish. Shout out to Modish.
Mhm.
We have our sales head Freddie, who's also our appointment setter here, and we have a closer Arjun as well. So yeah, I'm in a lean team,
I,
right?
Freddie cold mailed me sometime because I remember someone Freddie cold mailing me a lot of times.
He must have DM'd you. You might have like triggered the automation, the CTA. He must
Yeah,
have.
maybe. Yeah, maybe. Yeah,
Yeah, that. Yeah, he's into the DMs, bro. He's a killer, bro. So
yeah.
yeah, I mean, like a lean team of like 4 to 5 players max, and like we're crushing it. Like we're
But
about
it's really
to.
good to see young guys, giving
Yeah,
heart at life, man. That's
yeah,
really
man. So yeah, I think
motivating.
that's the
How old are
backstory.
you guys, by the way?
Sorry.
How old are you guys?
No one's above 22 in our team, so yeah,
You guys are the
yeah,
next
yeah,
billionaires of India.
yeah.
For
Touch wood.
sure. I've
Yeah,
been seeing a podcast lately of I don't know his name, but he was mentioning that China minted 500 millionaires per day.
yeah.
Big, this was in 2010s,
Hmm.
and India is in that particular pace and phase right now
100%.
in 2020 to 2020 2030. The next decade or 2 decades is the
Yeah.
place where we leverage to the world, not only to India.
Okay. Dude, I'm gonna give you a cheat code, right, on how to make money fastest. This might sound super scammy and a Ponzi scheme,
Yeah.
right? But I think we've cracked it.
Mhm.
And I think it's fair to say that I might reveal that here on your podcast.
Yeah.
The fastest way to make money in 2026 is first to build a personal brand and run an info coaching company at the back of it.
Hmm.
Let me break that down, right? How do you build that personal brand is something that we guys at Meteoric we've nailed, right? So we're doing that for a lot of founders now. And that is the exact system, right? We extract their edge, we brainstorm the one-of-one brand formula, we help them hire their editor, we build out their visual identity, we help them script. We have like a full ass IP built out inside, and we could anytime like push that out as a SaaS product as well. But we
Right.
have that internal IP that nobody knows about, that only us and our clients know about. And we've like trained our Claude so much on those scripts that actually work on the algorithm, and we're
Right.
just giving out those Claude files to our clients, right? And they're nailing the algorithm as well. Every first video of our client crosses a 10K, right? And like we've
So
nailed it.
it's like you have built a custom chatbot to
Yeah,
founders to get what exactly they have to do.
exactly. Exactly. We've actually built out a custom Claude prompt
Right.
for every format. And if you want to like get the max amount of views, or if it's an ICP format, you want to get the max amount of conversions, we have nailed that via AI. So like AI, like we're leveraging AI a lot.
Guys,
Um,
but I think it is right time for you guys to put that particular bot out so that when lot of founders talk to it regarding personal branding alone, when you put
yeah,
it out, you're trying to put out a personal branding chatbot.
yeah. It's not
When
exactly a bot. It's not exactly a bot. It's majorly how we set up our cloud projects,
right,
right? there are certain files that we use that we only, like, we Meteoric own as an IP, uh, and those are certain brains that we use to create those scripts, right? And
Hmm.
there's a certain method that we use to actually set up that Claude project, and that is the IP, right? Because
Right.
everybody could just put in like a rough notes written down and be like, hey Claude, just give me like a 30-second script out of it. How does it know what type of script to create? What should be the hook? What should be the flow? What should be the escalation? What should be the payoff? What should be the
Hmm.
conflict resolution? How should the hook be super contrary and curiosity driven? How should that work actually, right? Nobody
Hmm.
knows that. We've done that for about like 6 months now. We've seen super, super like immense results with that cloud prompt, and it's like we could like sell that as a SaaS product right now, but we're like gatekeeping that only for the clients, right, that we have.
Right.
So
Right.
yeah, I mean, that's that, bro. But like, getting back to that point, right, where I was saying like,
Managing
how to
personal
make
brand.
money. Yeah,
Yeah.
it's 100% build a personal brand and have an info coaching company at the back of it. And that is exactly what we at Meteoric are doing, right?
Right.
Every team member has a personal brand, and everybody just emphasizes on what their role at Meteoric is.
You're indirectly building a business for them.
Exactly. Exactly.
Right.
So, I mean, like, if you have a certain information, you've got to coach that to people and charge a high ticket premium container. That is the
Right.
way to do that. And how to sell that is via a personal brand.
Right. Let us, what are the difficulties or the
Yeah.
roadblocks you guys usually face with the founder while
Yeah.
doing the systems you guys provide to them? What are the major roadblocks you face from this? Is it getting the content ready, or like the way you guys wanted it to be done? What is that particular roadblock that needs to be still worked out from the brand side or the founder side?
See, the thing is, our marketing does 99% of the job, right? The way we market, the amount of YouTube videos that we make, the long form YouTube videos, the My Robot Explainer videos through Moksha's personal brand,
Hmm.
our team's personal brand, we've like already exposed all of the systems that we use inside at Meteoric, right?
Right.
So a client just pays us for implementation. The
Hmm.
value is out there for free, right?
Right.
So these guys know what all systems we use. These guys
Right.
just want to be and work with us because they want us to handhold them to actually hit that 10K mark within the first 6 months, right? So
Is it
we give out
you?
that value for free. You
Yeah.
can learn that. Like, I might not even say a word now. You can just go up to all of our Instagrams and you'll get the max amount of value on how to build a personal brand for free,
Hmm.
right? But why are these clients paying us? Because these guys know that how to use those systems is something that we guys at Meteoric know, right? So value's out there, but like, it's like there's no roadblocks when a client onboards because they know what to do in all that 3 month process that they do with us, right?
Right.
Yeah,
So I am building an AI tool for e-commerce businesses currently,
yeah,
to optimize their Meta and Google ads
hmm.
and boost their ROAS. Yeah, I think you might have known how e-commerce businesses use Meta
Yeah,
and Google ads to generate revenue.
yeah, yeah,
So we are trying to solve that ROAS problem where brands usually not to were able to generate before at a
hmm.
good pace with due
Yeah,
to a lot of algorithm changes and
yeah,
creative problems and a lot of that. We are trying to
yeah,
optimize it with Meta. I mean
yeah,
with our AI tool and get things done. And we are in the beta phase already.
yeah,
Worked out on like 50 clients of our previous
yeah.
clients, and it is going good. And we are going for the launch. Okay,
Got it.
this is what we are doing.
Okay,
So I am on call. I'm asking you guys that we are going to work together, and I'm in for it.
okay. That's
Yes,
so good to hear, bro. Yeah,
yes,
so good.
and I am pretty much impressed like how you guys been doing this. Let's hop on a call, and I am very uh, taking serious on my personal brand right now to
Yeah,
put all my stories out there because I have learned a lot of stories being an entrepreneur because I have started my entrepreneurial journey when I was 21.
yeah, yeah,
Now I'm 26. There's a 5 years of story which I've learned
yeah. 100%.
with different people, different stories. I
Yeah.
have run three different industries.
Hmm.
One is a real estate consulting. One is an F&B brand.
Yeah,
Uh, one is a service-based industry.
yeah,
So out of all this, now I am building an AI tool.
Hmm.
So there's a lot of exposure of myself to the world, to the
Yeah.
industries, to the people. So and I
Yeah.
think rather than put generating revenue out of it, but I feel my stories will help a lot of fellow founders, young
100%.
fellow founders, to learn what to do, what not to do,
Yeah.
and I think we can build a lot of leverage out of it.
100%, man. Like honestly, bro, like after hearing to what all you've done, right? Like the more amount of failures that you've had correlates to the more amount of stories that you could portray through the personal brand,
Yeah,
right? And I personally think, bro, like you're first of all, you're not only gonna build leverage for the AI tool that you're building, you're also gonna get to know a lot of founders who failed, right?
right.
Like you get to build that community, right? And you
Yeah.
can even leverage that, monetize that community going down the line. So,
That
100%,
is
man.
the
You could,
whole point of it, Aditya, because see, I
yeah,
can bring down any big guest from India and
hmm,
make them sit down and build five podcasts with those big premium,
yeah,
people, actors, cricketers, any of them,
yeah,
and build only success stories with them. But
yeah,
my goal of being a fellow, for being a founder, I wanted to talk to a founder who is building that shit on
hmm,
ground, like
yeah,
you guys.
yeah,
You guys are doing that shit on ground and talking about what you guys have been doing. That is the real story,
yeah,
rather than sitting, yeah, I have failed a lot of failures, but today I made it. It's just that.
100%.
So that is the value I'm trying to provide through these conversations, and I am seriously impressed by you guys being that young and doing this shit. It is a shout out to you guys as well.
Now, I appreciate that, man. And I'm definitely like looking forward to that call, bro. Like the next one that
Definitely.
we,
We'll
yeah,
definitely sit down the next week I'll drop down a text to you. We'll
yeah, yeah,
schedule a
no,
call and we
100%.
can discuss about it. And there's anything else that you want to, talk about to our audience?
Uh, Nothing, man. I think my whole aim for coming onto this podcast was majorly to make people aware on how important is it to build a personal brand, right? Because from the outside, you guys just see these guys with big numbers on the algorithm. These guys like nailing the algorithm. I'm sure like you have a lot of our clients on your algorithm on your feeds as well, right?
Yeah, yeah,
But once you actually get into the business and like all of the clients who are in the meteoric community, right, all of these guys have this urgency to win, right?
right.
And I hope the same for everybody. I just want all of the other founders who are building to realize how urgent it is to actually build a personal brand, right? Because these founders know these, like in the community, like let me tell you about something about the community, right? Because like if you're planning to like join the
Yeah,
community in, you should know about who all are the people in the community.
yeah.
So we have a big traditional legacy guy from Karachi who lives in Sydney right now, and who's building a community called Wiser Community into mindset and wellness space, who's
Mm-hmm.
now starting an info coaching offer as well, and
Mm-hmm.
owns like restaurants in Sydney and like big guys, right? Then we have an AI B2B infrastructure builder with us who does like consistent 80 100K months, right, with his AI company.
Mm-hmm.
We have a lot of AI people. Like
Mm-hmm.
now we have like about 3 to 4 guys who are purely in AI, right? We have software agency owners who have like 300 employees under them. Like all of these guys, right? We have a sunscreen brand owner, Millie Patel. Um, we have a beauty brand, makeup brush brand owner, Chanchal. Um, we have a guy who spends like more than 5 cr per month on his e-com store ads, right?
Mm.
Just on ads, right? And the scale at which these guys are operating, these guys still have the urgency to build up their personal brands because they know that if their business is being run by a face rather than ads, then it's obviously better to choose the face. How much amount I may invest into that face, if it takes a year for me to do that, I will do that, right? And that they're
That's the
seeing
point.
results.
That is
That
the
they're
point.
seeing results.
Yeah.
Exactly. So that guy just hit a 10K followers with his personal brand, and it's only been like 1.5 months since we've been working with him, right? Aryan Mahajan, that AI guy who he
Yeah.
just sold his code base to BCG for
Oh,
500K.
nice.
Yeah, so like all of these guys, right? Big leagues, and I hope all other people who are trying to get into the community, because we're super like filtering. Yeah, go ahead.
Just wanted to put a point. I am seeing the shift of brands stop managing their pages of the brand pages and
Hmm.
only managing their personal brands.
Founders pages, yeah.
I mean, see any big brands doing good brands,
Hmm.
they stopped, investing on their brand page and
Yeah,
shifted to, invest on their because today if you build a personal brand for yourself,
yeah,
I can leverage any product tomorrow through my face. It's not
100%.
the brand talking.
It's you talking.
It's yeah, exactly.
If
So
people have trust in you, then you might sell like a vibrator company 10 years down
yeah,
the line, and
true.
people are going to buy that, right?
True,
So,
true that, true that, true that. And I think this was there from the histories, Aditya. I mean, this was there, but it kept evolving, changing day by day. If you see politics, if you see any, old school real estate people, they've been doing this, putting their, faces on walls,
yeah,
posters on walls.
yeah,
Take it to the old school. That was there. Now it's,
100%.
evaluating and digitally
Yeah.
exposed as
Earlier,
a
earlier the trust was physical. Now
yeah.
it's digital. And how to build a digital trust? It's purely through a personal brand. So,
Exactly,
yeah.
exactly, man. And I think it was great, talking to you, man. And my usually I keep the conversation to 20 to 25 minutes, but it went up to 36 minutes. I just checked it out.
Yeah,
And
bro. Like,
we'll also sit down again once we start the conversation and put out a lot of stories to the audience.
100%, man, 100%. I'm super pumped, honestly, because I didn't know the story that you actually had, right?
Yeah, yeah,
Like now, after getting to know you, like I'm more than pumped to actually, build that thing with you. Yeah.
for sure, man. I'm looking forward as well. Thanks for your time, and I'll see you soon. Hmm?
Thank you so much, man. Thank you so much for having me here. It was a pleasure, bro. And you're a great guy.
Yeah, thank you, thank you. You too, man.
Cool,
See you.
man. We'll see you.
Yeah.
Bye.